Hey, what's happening, guys? Today I'm messing around trying to put together a circuit for another one of the stem boards. This is a 555 timer based A-stable multi-vibrator, as you can see here. So let's take a look at the different parts of the circuit and see what we see. All right, I removed the stuff so you guys could kind of see what's going on here. So let me start the simulation. And if you just look right here, you see our LED blinking off right around 1 hertz. It's not exact. And right here, we have a potentiometer, 100K potentiometer. It's set kind of low. Right now it's 6%. And then we have this 100 ohm resistor here. And the reason the 100 ohm resistor is here is to provide a little cushion when if we accidentally drop this one all the way down, we still have 100 ohms of resistance going into here. All right. So now this is the funky section, and this is the part that I'm kind of working on here. Okay. So I've got a 1K resistor, just limiting the current going into our discharge pin of the 555 timer. That's pin 7 if you're pin wise to these things. Okay, so here's pin 8, here's pin 7, 3, one of these is 6, one is 2, I can never remember. That's 5. Okay, there's 4, 4 is our reset, and that goes all the way up. So what we've done here, we'll follow this. The current is going to come through here, come through the collector. It is going to be switched on here through the base. The emitter will let the current go. A little tiny trickle of it's going to come through here. We don't want anything back feeding. That's why that diode is there. Then we come through here. This section right here is what is known as our RC circuit. Whenever you put a resistor and a capacitor together in a circuit, the resistor is going to influence, more than influence, it is going to control how long it takes for that capacitor to charge and discharge. Okay? I can actually show you that here. So let's take a look. Let's put a couple probes on here so we can get ourselves sort of an oscilloscope thing going. We will look at the voltage going into our diode, and we will look at the voltage here that is affecting our circuit. So we turn it on. Now I'm pointing with my finger. Now you see the voltage here just simply flicks between 0 and 9 volts. That's what it's supposed to do. That is the output of the 555 saying on, off, on, off. Got it? Now over here, you can see the current kind of going up and down and up and down. Well, that's that capacitor discharging and charging. Let's actually take a look at it. Okay, this green square wave is the 555 timer turning on and off. This blue sawtooth pattern that you see here is a capacitor charging, discharging. So what do we see? Let's pause this. All right, let me get my my annotation tools ready here and get a color that we're not using. Okay, so what we see here, this is LED. I'm very sorry, I can't write well like this. LED on, and down here, this is LED off. So as we are transitioning from off to on, the capacitor charges. When it reaches a point, probably about 2/3 of its charge, this level right here, the LED turns off, because the capacitor is now discharging. Oh my, I have to get my horrible graphics off there. But do you see what's going on here? Okay, so here's off. It falls. Here's on. It rises. So the point that we're looking for is that transition, what we call in electronics the edge. And those edges are right here. And the distance between those edges like this, those distances are what determines the frequency of the oscillation. So if we restart, whoops, restart our simulation again, you can see that. Now, look over here at our potentiometer. We're at 6%. Let's take it to 50% and see what happens. Oh, now look at that. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll stop it and I'll start it again. Now take a look at that. Here's where we were. So as we dig down in, remember the green is our LED turning on and off, and the blue is the capacitor rising. Look what's happened here. Zoom in and pause. What's happened here? Let's talk about that. So we're definitely clipping, which is not a terrible ideal. But our edges have changed. Isn't that interesting? Our edges were perfectly integrated before, and now they have changed. That's very neat. Let's continue on. Slow that down so we can get a better view. And I'm going to, let's take us up to about 75%. We'll zoom in. And I'm going to pause again. And notice here that our edges are almost lining up. But we do have a phase shift because when we first started, our edges were lining up here on the falling edge. And now, look at that. We have that little bit of space right there. Very interesting. And let's take it all the way up to maximum. We'll zoom in and we'll pause. Let's take a look at that. Okay. Now let's go with minimum resistance. Take a look at that. We are right back to synchronized. So we can get a decent amount of frequency variation here, and we can keep. Stop this and restart it so we can see what's going on. Come on. Play nice. I don't know, let me do it. But we can keep going the wrong way because I'm a dumbass. Pardon me. There we go. You can see as we do this, we're maintaining a pretty even mark space ratio, which is why I'm using this little wiggly circuit right here, trying to keep everything equal. That's what the diode does. We have an equal charge, equal discharge. So other than that little bit of a phase shift, very interesting. I'm going to keep working on this. This is not ready for prime time yet, but I just thought, maybe you guys would enjoy a sneak peek into what it goes into when I'm putting stuff together. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Big thanks to all the patrons, and big thanks to you guys for watching. That's it. I'm out of here. Peace.